Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Camilla Carrara, Project Coordinator at C.L.A.S.S. I'm really pleased to welcome you all today for the fourth session of the 2021 edition of C.L.A.S.S Smart Voices program, Imagining Sustainable Fashion Award, Discovering the Winner. The session will last 1 hour, of which 45 minutes conversation moderated by C.L.A.S.S CEO and founder Giusy Bettoni and Anna Detheridge, founder and president Connecting Cultures, and 15 minutes for Q&A session. You can write down your questions in the chat starting from now. We will then answer them at the end of the session. I'll also leave my email address for further communications. Indeed, I kindly ask you to turn off your microphones till the end of the presentation. Moreover, as we are recording this session, I suggest you to switch off your camera in case you are not willing to appear. Now, I'm extremely pleased to present our today's speakers. Anna Detheridge, founder and president Connecting Cultures, Giusy Bettoni, CEO and founder of C.L.A.S.S, Kurazawa, founding partner the BR Scouts, Giusy Orta, chair, Art and Environment, University of the Arts, London. Enjoy the vision.
Thank you so much, Camilla, and really a warm welcome, because finally spring is here. So I think everybody's feeling a little bit better. Hope everybody is safe. Tough times, but you know, we are showing that we are able to go on and go toward positive, right, Anna? Yeah. And you know, and it looks like it was yesterday, but it was October when we launched this call to action to creatives, you know, for these Imaging Sustainable Fashion Award. And we are already here to announce the winner. So I'm really extremely pleased, because it's nice when, you know, you are working so much in order to get to an objective and finally, you know, you can get there. And, you know, to do with a lot of you, because it's really great to see all your faces, even if through a video, but that's today's challenge. But at the same time, we are together, and energy together is always, you know, something so positive. So, you know, Connecting Culture and C.L.A.S.S, as Camilla was saying, has joined force, you know, to get this creative that, you know, should help us to get to a new visual, to a new emotional way to, but with contents, by the way, about a new way to look at sustainability. You know, these words that also during the pandemic has become so used and so important, because sustainability is also about health and protection of the rights. So today we are really, really pleased to share with you all the work that happened, and in a moment Anna is going to take you through about what happened. But again, you know, we are here to look for a new way to look at sustainability, something that has to be serious, something that has to be responsible, like the values that we are, as Connecting Culture and C.L.A.S.S, we are working since a long time ago, because we talk at least about 2007. Anna, Connecting Culture is more or less the same birthday. You are, can you unmute? We cannot hear you.
Yes, no, Connecting Cultures started in 2001. So this year we're celebrating our 20th anniversary.
Even more wise than C.L.A.S.S.
Yes, but Out of Fashion, our course in sustainable fashion began 7 years ago.
So anyway, it's not something that started yesterday. There is a lot of, let's say, skills. There is a lot of knowledge, a lot of passion and commitment.
Absolutely.
So really pleased after this introduction to let, you know, the talk to Anna to summarize for us what happened in these months. Please, Anna.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, thank you, Giusy. Well, as president of Connecting Cultures, we are so happy to be part of this project, which came out of a sort of syntony. We'd seen what one and the other were doing in the subject of sustainability, and it just seemed quite normal to put together our resources and to think of this award. simply because, to my way of thinking, there was a gap. There's something missing, because we have been doing a course on sustainable fashion with a holistic point of view for many years. But we realized that one of the big problems was actually communicating these values, because they are not necessarily visual. And at the same time, there was a very ideological idea of what sustainable fashion was, at least when we started, at least 7 years, 8 years ago, when we started thinking about this course. It was still considered something which had nothing to do with fashion, really, which is an idea and an ideological project.
Anto,
So,
devi ascoltare perché devo sentire.
Sorry, someone has left the microphone open.
Okay.
Sorry.
But working on the project, on deciding how to formulate our requirement, and deciding just to open it up to everybody, is a way of seeing what is out there, what people are thinking in the fashion world, people who are not necessarily part of the professional fashion world, but would want to be, and who probably will be. So we opened it up to students. I must say that the results have been extremely interesting. I would like to first start by mentioning the jury, because it is thanks to the jury that we have the results that we'll be announcing today. So first of all, well, besides myself and Giusy, Rita Iraghi, director of the Gianfranco Ferré Foundation, Paola Arosio, head of new brands and sustainability projects, Camera Nazionale della Moda, which is the Italian National Chamber for Italian Fashion, Janine Ballon as managing director, Fashion for Development, Evangelou, founder and president, Fashion for Development, Chiara Luisi, sustainability projects coordinator, Camera Nazionale della Moda, Sara Kozlowski, Director of Education and Sustainable Strategies, Council of Fashion Designers of America, Dio Kurazawa, founding partner of the Bear Scouts, Renata Molho, well-known writer and journalist, former editor-in-chief of Uomo Vogue and editorialist for Vogue Italia, Lucy Orta, internationally known artist and chair of Art and the Environment at the University of London, University of the Arts, and Stefania Ricci, director of the Salvatore Ferragamo Museum in Florence. I would also like to take the opportunity of thanking our sponsors. Takaki Kondo, Global Marketing Department Manager for Roika by Asahi Kasei, the main sponsor of the award. Roika by Asahi Kasei is a high quality stretch fiber and is used in sports, underwear and fashion. So supporting the project are also the Greek Smart Cotton, Supreme Green Cotton by Varvaresos, and EcoSensor by Asahi Kasei, a latest generation fabric collection that promotes responsible innovation and advanced high-tech performance. Okay, so thinking just a few brief considerations on the results. Well, we decided to open, as I was saying before, the competition to a variety of categories, not just photographers or designers, but also illustrators, artists and comic strip artists and various other categories of visual artists, to rethink how to communicate, to widen this, the possibilities of communicating new and different values of sustainable fashion, of the system, the sustainable fashion system, let's say. And it was probably absolutely the right idea, because in fact, what came back was a variety of different kinds of mediums, which have been extremely interesting to think about and value. There was definitely a lot less visual rhetoric and reliance on striking images, for example, but at the same time, more investment in information, which was also interesting. Definitely a move away from the more spectacular or messages which insinuate exclusivity, privilege as values in themselves. So I would say that on a whole, this could be a wake-up call, which we really should not ignore if we believe in the intrinsic values of fashion. It could be something a bit like what's happening now in the petrol industry, where investments are fast becoming stranded assets in the petrol industry, and the investments are transferring to a more diversified industry of renewable natural energy sources. And so the fashion world, I think, should take into account these changes and be prepared for a conceptual, I really think, a conceptual and an industrial revolution, which may overturn many old-fashioned business models. For example, based on profits just at the expense of quality, increasing margins, a lack of respect for the environment, and of course, for human dignity. And this was very legible between the lines, let's say, of the proposals. New energies from a lot of young creatives with diverse fashion background, diverse backgrounds altogether. Designers from all over the world with cross-disciplinary interests and a diversity of talents, bringing in a new culture of design. In fact, many of the youngest seem to be interested in what, to me, was a dying format, which would be the magazine or the printed page of a magazine, more text than images, which was a surprise. Articles and campaigns which inform and appeal to the rational and not merely to the emotional, or putting the two in a careful rapport together. A great increase in narratives, I would say, individual narratives. Some second generation Italians were thinking about a very personal own histories, which became a way of narrating their sensibility and also putting together two worlds. So there's also geopolitically interesting ideas, putting together worlds which we think of as separate, the poor society which makes our clothes and the wealthy consumer society. Another interesting aspect, I think, was that many campaigns were multimedia, mixing photography, texts, videos, which is maybe a less spectacular, less expensive way of delivering content, but at the same time, very versatile. And a definite step back from just social media. Very few were really contemplated a use or an important use of social media. Culture was also part of several of the proposals we got. Culture as dance and theatre, which was also very eloquent and interesting. And I would say that some of the youngest participants, their contribution of ideas which comes from outside the fashion mainstream was more about, not so much about trends or fashion style, but as a way, or brand, but a lifestyle, they were almost promoting a new paradigm, an effective change in sensibility, which were perhaps answering an implicit question, which is, how can we live truthfully? How can we generate a future? And all of this is like an underlying text to the proposals we received. So what have we learned from this? Well, from my own point of view, and then I'll also ask Giusy, but from my own point of view, I would say with a great desire to explore further and to understand what is coming next, because I think in this panorama of emerging sensibilities, there's a lot more out there which we still need to know more about. Giusy, what did you think?
Absolutely. I think you summarized very well, such a rich, feedback that we had from all over the world on top of this, because we were really extremely positively surprised about the answer and about all the kind of stimulus like culture, like, picture, visual, any kind of, let's say, possibility, I think, explore. But as you said, I think we just touched the beginning, because I think the visual are the kind of mirrors to what people is living with. So I think, and we will come back soon, because it's a great news as well. But now I think we are all excited, Anna, because we would like to know who is the winner.
Okay.
I'm coming back to the...
Fantastic. So this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The winner of the first edition of the Imagining Sustainable Fashion Award, which is an international competition for communication in sustainable fashion, is Emma Scalcon. Emma Scalcon is a student, or is 22 years old, born in Padua, in her second year in textile and fashion design at the Italian school Istituto d'Arte Applicata and Design. And she is the winner of the Imagining Sustainable Fashion competition with her project, Take a Walk on the Green Side, a well-focused and flexible campaign crafted with strong and impactful images and simple but detailed wording intended for younger consumers to inform them about sustainable fashion issues. So many congratulations to Emma. Emma will receive a €3,000 prize made possible by the main sponsor Orta, by Asahi Kasei, and by the other sponsors, EcoSensor by Asahi Kasei, C.L.A.S.S, and Supreme Green Cotton by Varvaresos. So I would like to maybe allow Emma, if she is there, to say just a couple of words. It would be really nice to meet you and to hear your voice.
Hi. I just want to thank you.
There you are. Hi, Emma.
Hi. It's really an honor for me to be chosen as a winner, and I still have to realize it actually happened. I just wanted to thank some of you and some of the most important people in my life. And I wanted to thank Connecting Cultures, C.L.A.S.S, and their amazing jury for this enormous prize and honor. I wanted to thank Professor Interlenghi for making us know this contest, and my university, IAAD Bologna, as you already said, for pushing us to submit projects for such an important cause. And of course, my family and friends, and Jane for the help and time. And especially above all, I think I should thank my university colleagues and friends because I think that they always manage to push one another to be the more creative possible, and are always ready to collaborate and help one another. And I think that it's not obvious to have classmates like this, and they're all fantastic, and I love working with them.
And thank you, Emma. If I can say a word, thank you so much, because your eye, it's really something special, you know, that is looking into what is going on. And it's not just looking at something that is happening, and maybe it's not so, as we know, so maybe positive, but it's looking beyond and with a cleanness, with a beauty and simple, and is inviting people to take a walk. Let's go, let's, you know, discover, let's explore, because there is a green side, but we still do not know so much. So it's really an invite to knowledge. It's an invite to see something that is happening. And, you know, sometimes it's there, and the youngest generation, you know, and the new generation can have vision that is completely different, and we need to share. So thank you for having worked for us. This really special thing that is going to help, because in a moment you can have, you know, something special, emotional, but at the same time also educative for us. So thank you so much for your work.
Thank you to all of you. It's been an honor.
Grazie. And we will talk more, by the way, Emma. It's just the beginning.
We'll definitely talk more. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I would like to allow our two guests, and to begin with Lucy Orta, to say a few words. Lucy is the chair of the University of London Art School, the Masters of Art and the Environment, and I know she has a few ideas of her own she would like to add. If Lucy is there. Is she there?
Yeah, she is.
Hello. I hope you can hear me. Yes, I had a little bit of trouble joining the session. There are so many people here today, and it's wonderful.
Great to see you, Lucy.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me, Anna. And I just wanted to say it's a great honor, and have viewed so many different kinds of proposals for this contest, this competition. And to say a little bit about Emma's work. I really appreciated her very personal perspective, her entry point into the project. And I think she's really challenged herself as a designer, in the sense that she has understood there are still so many groups of people that are not aware of the impact of fashion consumption on our environment, and that we as consumers can change the course of things to come through very simple daily gests, very straightforward actions that we can all put into place to alleviate the impact of the detriments that we're contributing to this planet, to our own environment. And so I really enjoyed scrolling through her campaign. I believe it's a social media campaign. Things you need to know. We all need this every day, things we need to know. And what I really enjoyed about this campaign was that she had simplified all of those very difficult facts. She carefully researched the areas of the questions that her audience had asked her. You know, we don't understand. Can you give us some more examples? And so she carefully researched those facts, and she so beautifully condensed those into those wonderful illustrations, very personal style of illustrations. And then through this campaign, she took the audience on a journey to explain how they might become more aware, for example, of the impacts of cotton production, of polyester, this polluting fiber, and she guided. She wasn't moralistic about it, and I really enjoyed that. It was very playful and joyful, but she guided the consumer in their choices so that they could become more respectful and even more resourceful. Things like recycling, upcycling, being less wasteful about how we consume, and look at fashion as an industry in a more circular way. So thank you so much, Emma, for your beautifully illustrated original style, bold, playful, and a strong aesthetic quality. Huge congratulations, Emma.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucy. Also to be here with us. And I saw many of the jury today connected with us, and thank you so much again to them for the time and the skills and contribution that you have put. And now I would like also to, ask the contribution from Dio Kurazawa, that is the founder and CEO of Bear Scout in Amsterdam. And he's really not just a very let's say creative and problem solving and the production solving, but is really connoisseur of the new generation of designers that are already on the wave, I have to say. And I was so, we were so honored to have you with us, Theo. So can you share with us a little bit your thought about, what Emma has done, and also which are, at the end, the concrete benefits that a company can have in communicating the right values about sustainability.
Hi, Giusy, thank you very much. And it's an honor for me to be a part of your jury. And I'm really excited to accept congratulations to Emma as well. That's super amazing. For me, it's always about being authentic. And I think, as your question is poised very well, it's about, what will bigger businesses be able to take advantage of young people and what they're doing? I think what Emma has created is a perfect example of that. It's very innocent, yet it's another way to discuss responsible fashion in a way that isn't greenwashing or seemingly, let's say, coming from the wrong direction. That was a very nice approach I think she's taken. That being said, that kind of approach is needed just to tell this story. I mean, people are scrolling, on, let's say, social media so quickly. What makes them stop the scroll? When I saw the work done by Emma, I thought it was really nice, and it would be something that I would stop to look at again. I think it's super amazing that it's something about, saving the planet and reducing our carbon footprint. So, I mean, again, congratulations, Emma.
Thank you.
And thank you, Dio. So I think, Camilla?
Yes. So now I can take the word also to officially announce the winner of our social media contest. Through the last days, the 8 finalists selected by the jury have been involved in a series of polls. So now the public has voted, and the best project for the public is 21 Grams by Veronica Demigris, Serena Paone, and Immacolata Esposito. The video tells the story of a woman who has lived her childhood in Asian Southeast and raises awareness about the importance of understanding what is behind a fashion product, and promotes a more conscious consumption as a way to improve everyone's life. Big compliments to the 3 of you. And now I'm also glad to share a contribution from Takaki Kondo, Global Marketing Department Manager for Roika by Asahi Kasei, that is the main sponsor of the award, that unfortunately was not able to join us in person due to the different time zone. I will share a little contribution from you.
We cannot hear. Oh. That's the nightmare of the live stream presentation. Let's try again.
Oh.
Mhm.
I made some trials before and it was working. But...
Of course, of course. That's the nightmare. What's the nightmare is about.
No?
No.
You can ask the IT persons that are running behind you, Camilla. Well, why will we are solving these, these, I think, interesting contribution because it's, they couldn't be.
Aside from Japan, its company committed to responsibility at company level and also following regional normative. It is an unbroken DNA line drawn from a dedicated research to the final consumer. Veronica's claim is advanced fit for living. We've been delivering on unique, smart specialty yarns with functions that match every contemporary need. From 2016, Veronica EcoSmart family is the most pioneering sustainable premium stretch fiber, including responsible dimension, becoming a global leader in the textile market. We believe that together with responsible innovation, communication is the key to bring sustainability to the next level, to inspire, educate, inform, and allow both professionals and consumers to make the right choice. That is why we decided to support the Imagining Sustainable Fashion Award. It is time to pioneer also in communication, and as Veronica, we will make strategic steps forward in this sense soon. Nowadays, effective communication is needed to speak to a new, smarter, and contemporary conscious consumer. Authentic and clear communication must be supported by the third-party certifications and analysis to demonstrate what we are declaring is true and trustable. We believe that the transparency of such supply chain, together with communication about new smart certified values, such as use of water, chemicals, energy, and ethical policies, are really fundamental for consumers to judge and value products in a more conscious way. Veronica highlights how a fiber's cutting-edge feature can become an engine for responsible innovation for the wardrobe of tomorrow. Adding values on values, especially for stretch, quality and performance cannot be compromised.
So thank you also to this contribution. It's never easy when you have time zones so different, but the values of the supply chain for sure is one of the key, value that we are, respecting here. And I will take the chance here to, last but not least, before leaving the stage to the question of the audience today, to inform that all together, all the teams of C.L.A.S.S and the Connecting Culture, we decided that we are going to continue with this call to action, with this competition. So this is going to become the first, Emma Scalcon, you will be the first winner of this award. We felt it was important to continue because we need really, to create a sort of highlighting and understanding and expressing the value that step by step are getting, into the consumer, and try to be a sort of amplifier of these values concerning sustainability, design, and innovation that is really so important in terms of marketing competitive advantage for the next challenges that we know are quite tough. So that's last but not least. And I don't know if you want to add something, or, the people of the two groups.
I would add that also one of the values of Emma's contribution was the fact of being so well informed, of having done her research. And so content is not just minor. I think somebody's not got their microphone disactivated. I just wanted to say this, that content is important, and it doesn't have to be at the expense of the form. I mean, form does follow function, not always, but often it does, which means that the choice of media and the choice of how to communicate does change. And that is really interesting, because it's not, it hasn't happened, it hasn't been forced. It's something which is, it is happening, and it is happening, I think, with the younger generations, perhaps more than others. And it's a way of communicating. It's a new way of communicating, or new ways, many new ways of communicating content, a different content. Therefore, not just those very old-fashioned concepts of exclusivity, of extravagance. I mean, everybody has their own style, and there's nothing to be said about that. But there are other contents which are not necessarily ideological, but which are simply part of a lifestyle, which can be communicated as a lifestyle, which can be communicated as something to believe in, and something which is also can be extremely beautiful in itself. So the forms of the communication will probably change, and that will be very exciting to see. And especially, I think there will be more importance given to content, to what we're talking about when we talk about sustainability, because that has been something which has been very removed and perhaps underrated. Sustainability is a complex world, and it's a complex word as well, and it's systemic. It means a lot of things. So we have to know, to make a meaningful statement, a communication statement, we need to know what we're talking about before we start. And therefore greenwashing becomes immediately evident, I think, with this.
Absolutely. And talking about communication, of course, after this call, we will start as class, and everybody, part of this group will start to communicate through newsletter, press release, social media. So you will see, the campaign, you will see Emma Scalcon, work, and all the information that we have been talking today. And please, anyway, stay connected, because as we said, it's going to continue. We are going to, launch soon the second, kind of award related to visual sustainable communication. And now I think we will leave the word to the stage. If someone has any kind of question, I don't know, Camilla, if you have already
I've
something
seen a
to share.
lot of compliments for both Emma and also the group that won on social media. And we have one question from Simon that is asking if we can see the campaign. So maybe I can share the screen again so that everyone sees the work. And then if someone else can add, because for now it's all about congratulations, Emma. Congratulations to 21
Well, there must
grants.
be some questions, some comments as well, on how we can improve, how we can do things differently, maybe. Some suggestions.
Yeah, can I say something?
Of course.
Hello. So yeah, I liked so much Emma's work for not having chosen special effects, but it means she really had something to say, and she had to know exactly how to give the message. So it's sort of going back to, you really have to know what you want to say to communicate. Yeah. So it was an old and new way to communicate. That's my feeling. Yeah, so that's why I like it so much.
Thank you, Renata. Thank you, Renata. Renata Molho.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Then Jack is asking how many entries were there for the competition?
Jane?
Well,
Sorry, there were around 100 entries, but they were from all over the world, honestly. They were from, I mean, almost every continent. So it was
And
really
thank
great.
you to each one of them, by the way, because each one of them, as Anna was saying at the beginning, you know, has dedicated time. And Scusate? Beatrice? Okay. I knew that there was some problem to entry because we have been so many. So we open up, you know, we talk to the organizer to have more space. So now we should be sold, but, you know, sorry to interrupt the conversation. We were just saying thank you also to all the people that has been working to participate.
And Carrie Lomas is saying that it would be lovely if you can showcase all the entries and stories. Through the last weeks, we have shared the ones of the finalists, but we can see what we can do later on.
Okay.
More of the work.
Yes, we were already tempted, I have to say, Jane, Anna, and
yes.
also, you know, I'm sure the jury,
yes,
because it's amazing. Some of them are really amazing, and I think we will find.
And also,
a way.
they were very diverse. So the choice was very difficult because many people chose completely different winners. So it wasn't that everybody converged on one, which means that there is a lot of novelty. There's a lot of new approaches. And so I definitely think we'll be able to show some of the others. I'm not sure how many, but definitely we will.
Well, we will think maybe about the first 8, you know, like the competition, you know, the social competition
Yes.
polls that we had, for example.
Yes.
It will take some time, but I think it would be worthwhile, honestly.
Definitely. Yeah. So keep posted. Definitely.
Yeah. So
Anna, scusa. Anna, sorry.
Sì.
I apologize, but I really have to go because I have to go to Milano. I'm outside. But I want to thank you. I think, Anna, you made something really, really, really a good job. And you really have to go on with this kind of approach. Open and I don't know.
It was teamwork, and it was, I must say, a great encounter between people who have the same passions and the same also desire for change, for positive change. So I think definitely we will take it further. Thank you, Renata.
And
Thank
please,
you.
I hope, Renata, that you will be with us for the next challenge, you know.
Absolutely.
I see Stefania, I see Lucy.
I will be honored.
Yeah, I think we need to keep on working together. So Stefania, Lucy, Dio, I'm looking at the names, but I'm sure that but we will reinvite all this year jury because they need to stay with us to, proceed together.
Thank you so much. And so sorry, now I have to leave, but so one less, maybe the audio is better, okay?
Bye, Renata.
Bye to everybody, thank you.
Bye, bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Yes. So if there is no other question, we do not want to keep you here, but please, you have also an email, you can, send your question or just simply, some suggestion. We would be more than happy, to come back to you, and we have some months to, improve all our work. So would be great. So
Yannis from Greece is sharing a message saying just food for thought. Maybe we can do some kind of summit in Greece when we are back to normal
Oh, that would be
regarding travel.
wonderful.
I'm booking myself already.
Immediately, of course.
I think all the jury is going to be.
Yes, maybe on one of the wonderful islands. Wonderful Greek islands, absolutely, straight away.
Great.
We can't wait, definitely.
So I think thanks very much really to all jury, all the kind of subscribers. Emma, thanks again. We will be in touch and we will come back with also a sort of project to highlight more the work of, that has been done this year. Jane, Anna, thank you so much. It has been really a pleasure.
It's been
we
a pleasure,
learn always
absolutely.
so much from everybody of you. So thank you.
A great collaboration. Thank you. Bye to everybody. Bye.
Ciao, grazie.
Bye.